Investment planning. I'm keeping it very simple here, but I will try to give you some general ideas and guidelines. Determine your goals for the future. It's like you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're shooting for, so you have to have some goals. Consider that. Think it through. What is it you're trying to do? Decide how much you can initially use for investments. You've got expenses, you've got other things, other obligations. So to figure out how much can you spare. But no matter what you do, what you would like to do is set aside sufficient amounts and also do it automatically. Consider your comfort level regards to risk. I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, that's fine. I'm not saying you to do it. I'm just saying open your mind to the possibilities. And only do it if you are firmly established financially. Diversify your selection of investments, not just stocks and bonds, but to real estate, there are other investments. Idea is that you don't want to put everything in one basket so that if something goes down or hurts you in one area, you will not be hurt all over. Learn the marketplace. Stocks, basically you own a piece of the company. If you're privately owned, like I have a business, I own 100% of the stocks. If I'm on the public market, that means that it's broken down in very small, minuscule bits and pieces, and then you can own a share of it. They do have 3 different areas of where money comes from in the stock for you as a profit. They have the dividend yield. There are stocks that give you money every so often. Intrinsic value of the stock, how much you pay for it, what's the value today? Based on what people perceive is the value of the cash flow and the underlying assets of the company itself. Change in valuation applied to earnings. Is the price of the stock high or low compared to the earnings it produces? That's the PE ratio. But however, among different industries and among different stocks within the same industry, that ratio will be different. And then even in that company, the valuation may differ. Bonds, you own a piece of the company. Now, basically, you're lending money to the company. It's a bond, it's a loan. And there is interest on that money that you invested. And also there's gains. If interest rate overall in the marketplace drops, then the value of that cash flow increases in value. And then mutual funds is just a company that takes all these things and handles it for you professionally. Problem is, they charge you a fee. Brokerage accounts. Let's say you should want to open an account with a brokerage. And it used to be that you would have brokers that would give you advice. And nowadays, you have a lot more do-it-yourself. Many of them give you tools to do so. And they'll give you very low fees on the trades that you make. Minimum opening balance and maintenance fees. Every account you open is going to have that. So do shop around. And sometimes the fees, and it changes over time. Services, perks, research, investment tools. Depends on how much risk you want to take. Depends on how much hand-holding you want to have. Because someone has experience will talk to you about it. They'll give you suggestions on what kind of stocks to take, about different areas and aspects of investing in the stock market. Being able to use their website easily. All right, now we get into real estate. So why real estate? Where do you get your money from? Well, you have the rental income if you rent it out. So usually the rents will increase over time. Yield enhancement, there are ways to increase the yield on the property, not just the market by itself, but people would take a property that's a fixer, for example, and fix it up, or they find other ways to be able to increase the income from it. Leverage. Leverage is one of the biggest benefits, also one of the biggest risks, because when you buy a piece of real estate, you put a small down payment, 20, 25%, you're controlling the whole property. There's a loan involved. As long as you pay the loan, as long as your income covers that loan, you're okay. The property value goes up and down, and a small increase in the property value is a large increase in your down payment. Inflation, property values go up, and income, the rent goes up, they're just worth more. Reduction of mortgage over time. Rental income pays off mortgage over term and loan. You renters out there, you're paying your landlord's mortgage. So over time, that mortgage, the loan goes down, and at the same time, the value of the property goes up. So you get appreciation of the property. If you are buying in a depressed market, eventually, as you see today, it's coming back up again. Okay, consideration. What happens the other way? Guess what? If you can't pay off that loan, you lose the house. And it's very expensive and also to operate. When you put it on the marketplace, you're going to pay you a 5-6% commission. You're going to have 2% closing costs. It adds up quite a bit. And you may not like the management of calling people to fix the toilet or wherever it is. So it does take some work. And it's cyclical. Leasing market and investment, both. If your rent goes down, your value goes down. Your rent goes up, your value goes up. You may want to investigate and do some more research. It's not bad to be rich. It's not bad to be poor. But how do you live that lifestyle?